Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video of me unboxing and unwrapping these Strixhaven draft boosters. Again, I have no one to draft with, but let me just give you another show of the box. If I had someone to draft with, I wouldn't be doing this. Here's all the different classes. Here's the top of the box. The artwork, Rowan and Will on it. Bottom of the box doesn't really show anything. I'll get this open. Like that, so you can see the out of it. And then I'll set up all of the cards that we unwrapped last time into the different groups. And then I'll open the next 12 packs. Put this back down. So we had these useless things. We had our tokens. We had our colourless all of our colourless cards. Let's go over there. We have our Lawhold cards, the red, white, porous ones. They'll go here. We have our Prismari or Is It cards. They will go here. What I'll do is I'll put the dual colours at the bottom, the single colours at the top this time. We have our Quandrix or Simic cards next. And they will go here. We have our Witherbloom or what are they called in Ravnica? We'll get it. Gobari. Here we go here. Let me just tighten these up a bit. Oops. And we have our Silver Quill or Orzhov cards. And they will go here. And we have our black cards. I mean, that is in, it's the colour black, which is actually a fair decent number. There we go, up here. Got our white cards. Again, another fair decent number. I've opened 12 packs already. And there you go. There. Got our green cards, of which we got a couple foil cards. And there are some pretty decent cards as well, and quite a few of them. So yeah, green. There. So let me just bring these across because again I'm not going to have enough room for all of them. Got our red cards. Again, we've got a couple of foils in here as well. There we go there, and then the rest of these are blue. And they will go there. So we've got the next 12 cards, 12 packs. And we've got me trusty knife. I did last time. So I'll do the same thing as I did last time. Like that. And like that. Like that. Put the wrappers over there. And let me just check through to see if we've got anything. Ooh. So we got another one of these double adverts for Arena. That's actually a pretty nice card. But we'll get to that when we get there. So we've got the Lorehold Pledge Mage, which, let me just check if we saw that last time. I don't think we actually had the Lorehold Pledge Mage. No, we didn't, so that's a new card for you guys. So for 2 red or white and 1 other mana, you will get the core shaman of a Lorehold Pledge Mage, who gets first strike and magecraft. So whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, the Pledge Mage gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So the Weight of History can empower you, or it can crush you. It's your choice. Nice card. Another Lorehold card, red or white. An instant, target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. When that creature dies, this turn, create a 3/2 red or white spirit creature token. I think we saw that one last time, actually, thinking about it. So maybe I shouldn't have read that one up. Yeah, we did. Oh well. This is a new video, so shouldn't be too upset about it. Fuse with Vitality. I know we definitely saw this one last time. So instead I will think the other video, let's be honest. Quandrix Campus. I do believe we saw this one before as well. Well, we know what the campuses do anyway. Do we not? Oh, apparently we didn't. That makes more sense for this one to have square on it than some of the other ones, because it's got blue in it. Mage students who see the beauty in patterns and equations choose Quandrix, the College of Neuromancy. That's the text at the bottom. And it taps for green or blue. And it enters tapped. Fuming Effigy, I know we saw that one last time. Charge Through. I do not believe we've seen this one before. So it's an instant. Target creature gains trample until end of turn, and you draw a card. What a move. Lorehold gets caught flat-footed and Witherbloom barrels ahead. There's the artwork. A lot of these stuff require you to have creatures, even though you're only spending 1 mana, so it's definitely not stuff that you do in your first turn. There's not a lot of creatures that are worth 1 mana for the groups that they're on. Anyway, a Frost Trickster, a bird wizard with flying. When it enters the battlefield, tap target creature and opponent control. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Most important skill in a Mage Tower match is keeping one's cool. So there we go. Crushing Disappointment. We've seen this one before. Study Break we've seen before. Pest Summoning, which is a lesson. Create 2 1/1 black and green pest creatures with when this creature dies you gain 1 life. Step 1. Put the pests in mud. Step 2. Wait. So that goes with that one. Honor Troll. a troll druid with vigilance. If you would gain life, you gain that plus much life plus 1 instead. And on a troll gets +2/+1 as long as you have 25 or more life. First in his clan to attend Strixhaven, and now first in his class. There's the card. Rip Apart. I believe, is this one that we've seen already? I don't think so, but I want to check. Don't recognise it, but might have. No, we didn't. So, Rip Apart is a sorcery. You choose one. It deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker, or destroys target artifact or enchantment. Torn from history, torn from memory, torn from reality. Pretty cool art on that. Mortality Spear. It's an instant, and this spell costs 2 less if you cast if you gained life this turn, and you destroy a target non-land permanent. Death is my life's work. So, pretty nice. Then double-sided cards. You see the back one there. I'll read it out to you in a minute. So you've got Pestilent Cauldron, which is an artifact. So when you tap it and discard a card, you create a pest token with the usual, with 1 mana and tap. Each opponent mills cards equal to the amount of life you gain this turn, and 4 mana and tap. Exile 4 cards from a single graveyard. Draw a card. Nice. So that's the Pestilent Cauldron. And then Restorative Burst. Return up to 2 target creature, land, and or planeswalker cards from your graveyard to your hand. Each player gains 4 life. Exile Restorative Burst. Death? Everyone does death. Let me show you something actually impressive. Pestilent Cauldron seems more useful, but I can see Restorative Burst being one of your things you need in a snap. And then we have Despark, which is a very interesting card for the artwork anyway, because it's depicting an event from War of the Spark. Anyway, it's an instant, and you exile target permanent with mana value of 4 or greater. A tale of a tyrant being humiliated and losing all his power. I'm inspired already. So obviously Killian was taught this by Rowan and Will, or by Liliana in her guise of Professor Onyx. Anyway. Just go through all these. These 3 cards. Oh, we got a holographic version of something we've already got. The token we've already got, so put the token to one side. Spectacle Mage. This one we've seen already. Let's just see. No, it is not. So it's a bird shaman with flying. Instant and sorcery spells you cast with mana value of 5 or greater cost 1 less to cast. It would be a crime to withhold my light from the world. Pretty nice. Prismari. Stonebound Mentor. I shall check that, but again, this looks like a card that we've not read or yet, so I will just have a, oh no, we have. So I won't read it. I'll just show you it quickly. Just see if you don't watch the last video, you at least know that we got it. Probably should have done that with the other ones. Oh well. Archway Commons again. So seen that one before. First day of class again. I know we've seen that one before. Scurrid Colony. It's a squirrel, which you wouldn't be able to tell from the picture. It has reach, and the Scurrid Colony gets +2/+2 as long as you control 8 or more lands. Scurrid teeth evolve to crack open nuts, but they work just as well for crushing bones if the nest is threatened. It's actually a pretty decent second turn card. So, pop quiz, already seen that one. Mage Hunter's Onslaught. It's a sorcery. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Whenever a creature blocks this turn, its controller loses 1 life. Exeter stood before his alma mater for a moment, remembering first the studies, then his vengeance. At his command, the Mage Hunters unfolded. It's pretty nasty. Nasty thing to do. Eager first year, we've already seen. Expanded Anatomy, we already saw. Show of Confidence. It's an instant. When you cast a spell, copy it for each other instant and sorcery spell you've cast this turn. You may choose new targets for the copies, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It gains vigilance until end of turn. Pretty baller piece of artwork as well. Not gonna lie. An Eye Twitch. It's an eye bat. We're flying, and when it dies, you learn. Oculomancers see the ideal potion ingredient. The bats don't see it that way. I mean, I wouldn't either. Shadewing Laureate. Yeah, it's one of those weird cards where you have one of each of the actual manners and then you can choose one as well. So, it's a human warlock with flying. Whenever another creature you control with flying dies, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Would you prefer I destroy you using prose or verse? Neither, to be honest. Silver Quill Command. It's a sorcery. You can choose 2 of the following things. So target creature gets +3/+3 and gains flying until end of turn. Return target creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Target player draws a card and loses 1 life. And target opponent sacrifices a creature. I'd probably go for the first and the last one, to be honest. Thrill of Possibility. I think this might be one we already had. For the art cards. I know we had a few. Claim the Firstborn. Oh, apparently not. Okay, so Thrill of Possibility. It's an instant. As an additional cost to cast a spell, discard a card, you draw 2 cards. If the prospect of what could be doesn't electrify you at your core, why attend Strixhaven at all? Yeah. Then we got the Hollow Relic Sloth. Although I can't, yeah, you can just see the hollow there. Don't know if I can get the actual hollow on the card to show up. We'll be starting to get into cards that the common cards that we've already seen. I'm still looking for Professor Onyx now. Will I get her this time? So, another token creature. But that back stuff might be interesting to look at later. Oh, God. Yeah. That was embarrassing. So, Blood Researcher. I do believe this is one that we've already seen. If it is, then I'll just... Yeah, it is. I'll show you the card, so that those of you who refuse to watch video before know what I'm talking about. Bibliotech's Assistant is one that we've already seen before as well. Relic Slough, I've literally just shown you the hollow of it. Blood Age General we saw before. Professor Zeromancy we saw before. So 7-Time Curve we saw before. Hunt for Specimens. I do believe this is a new card, so I'll read this one out. It's a sorcery. You create a pest token and you learn. Stonerise Spirit. This, I believe, is also a new card. So, it's a spirit bird with flying, and for 4 mana, and you exile the card from your graveyard. Target creature gains flying until end of turn. The carved cliffs of Pillardrop thrum with the sounds of ancient spirits rising from the past. Sudden Breakthrough. I believe this is a new card as well. Target creature gets +2/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn, and create a treasure token. Ruther created constantly, passionately, in hopes of impressing her greatest critic, herself. I mean, you should always try to impress yourself with your abilities. Introduction to Prophecy we've already seen. Academic Dispute. That's a new one, I think. Instant. Target creature blocks this turn if able. You may have it gain reach until end of turn. You may have it gain reach. So you can choose to have it gain reach. And you learn. I'll share your original research, you hack. So, Golden Ratio. This is a new card. Draw a card for each different power among creatures you control. When I look around, I see a world defined by patterns that still manages to define them. Maelstrom Muse. It's a Djinn wizard with flying, and whenever it attacks, the next instant or sorcery spell you cast this turn costs X less to cast, where X is Maelstrom Muse's power as this ability resolves. She's an inspiration to everyone, even herself. Cool. Magma Opus, as opposed to Magnum Opus. This card deals 4 damage, divided as you choose among any number of targets. Tap 2 target permanents, create a 4/4 blue and red elemental creature token, draw 2 cards, and for 2 mana, and discarding this card, you create a treasure token. I'd hold on to this until I had the 8 mana to cast it. rather than doing that, because I don't have any treasure tokens to hand anyway. Opt. I do not believe we actually have seen this one yet, but I might be wrong. Let me just check. So we do have a few of these. Nope. So opt. Scry 1, draw a card. The wish most often granted is the wish to choose one's own destiny. There's a double-sided arena advert. The most useful of the cards. Campus Guide we've already seen. Spiteful Squad, I believe we've already seen as well. Yes, we saw that one already. Needlethorn Drake we've already seen. Lorehold Campus we've already seen. I believe so anyway. Might have even been this video. No, it wasn't this video, but we've already seen it. Springwain Curvin, which is an elk. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life. Curvins feed on the mana-rich plants around their star arches, imbuing their bodies with extraordinary grace and vitality. Vortex Runner we've already seen. Arrogant Poet we've already seen. Pilgrim of the Ages I believe we've already seen that one. I recognise the art. Yes, we've already seen that one. Illustrious Historian, this one looks new. It's a human shaman. And for 5 and exile this from your graveyard, you create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. The most distinguished Lorehold professors are eligible to receive extended tenure even beyond the limits of their own mortality. Pretty nice. So basically, when it dies, if you use 5 mana and exile it, you get an upgraded version of it. Environmental Sciences. I believe that's one we've already had. Yes, last video. There it is. Fortifying Draft. It's an instant. You gain 2 life. Target creature gains +X+X, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. If a seedling can push through solid stone, there is no limit to what I could do. Hall Monitor. It's a lizard shaman with haste. And for 1 and a red, and tapping this, a target creature can't block this turn. No unauthorized summoning, no writing in the library books, and absolutely no indoor dueling. Surely that should be a white card then, not a red card. But Plum the Forbidden. I recognise that artwork, but it might be wrong. It might be one we saw last time. If it is, then clearly it's gone missing. Plum the Forbidden. It's an instant. As you add additional cost to this spell, you may sacrifice one or more creatures. When you do, copy the spell for each creature sacrificed this way. You draw a card and you lose 1 life. That just doesn't seem like a good idea. Strixhaven forbade all magic from the Blood Age, so that is where Exodus began his research. Exodus just seems like more and more of a bad guy. Archmage Emeritus. Yes. It's a human wizard with magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, draw a card. Some Emeritus professors return from their wanderings periodically to share tales of the mysterious wonders of Arcavios. And Brainstorm. It's an instant, draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. Infinite ideas flow through the multiverse, waiting for an open mind. I'm going through these quite quickly now, but then there's a lot of cards we've already seen in this. Now, let's just have a look through. Hey, we finally got a spirit token. So I don't need to start making those. Alright, Silver Quill Pledge Mage. I don't think we've got one of these, but I will check. If we do, oh we do. I will show you the card anyway. Put it in the pile. Teach by example. Is this something we've already had as well? Don't think so. Nope. In that case then, teach by example. It's an instant, and when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Learning to imitate a master is the first step in becoming one. The Quandrix Pledge Mage. I believe this is one that we had. Right at the start, yes, we did. Right at the start of the last episode. So that would have been 2 hours ago now. If you watched the last one and then watched this one directly afterwards. We got the Witherbloom Canvas. We've already seen that one as well. Charge Through, we've actually seen this episode. Soothsayer Adept, that's a new one. So it's a Malefic Wizard, and for 1 in the blue and tapping this, you draw a card, then discard a card. One of the first lessons divination students learn is how to recognize the difference between a portent and a simple surface ripple. Essence Infusion, we saw last time. Being Defiance, I do believe we saw last time as well. I shall check. It's a white card. Certainly looks like something I remember looking at. Yes, it's quite early in the last set. Show you the card. Heated Debate. Yep, we've seen that one before. Spirit Summoning, we've seen before. Stonebinder's Familiar. I believe that's a new one. It's a Spirit Dog. Whenever 1 or more cards are put into exile during your turn, but a +1/+1 counter on Stonebinder's Familiar. This ability triggers only once each turn. Okay, so whenever it's whenever a card is put into exile, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. However, you only get one per turn. Hey, my great-great-grandfather had a dog just like that. Pretty good card to get out early. Dinah Soul Steeper. Let me just check that we didn't have this one already, because we've had a couple of the legendary characters. No, we didn't. Okay, so Dinah, one of the main characters from the set. She's a legendary Dryad Druid, and whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. And for 1 and a creature sacrifice, Dinah gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the sacrificed creature's power. Lorehold Excavation. I believe that is a new card, so I won't even check. It's an enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, mill a card. If a land card was milled this way, you gain 1 life. Otherwise, Lorehold Excavation deals 1 damage to each opponent. To mill a card, put the top card of your library into the graveyard. And for 5, and exile a creature card from your graveyard. Create a tapped 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. Cool. The enchantments that just go straight onto the field. It does mean that you will go through cards quickly. Lorehold Command. So we've got another one of these command cards. It's an instant. You choose to create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain indestructible and haste until end of turn. Lorehold Command deals 3 damage to any target. Target player gains 3 life. And sacrifice a permanent and draw 2 cards. I'm not sure how I would use that one or which ones I would pick. And then we've got Claim the Firstborn again. You've already seen that one. I might even open the other 12 cards this video if oh no. Art on the back of the card. I thought I'd rip the card for a second. Look at that. That scared me for a second then. Ooh. Okay, we might actually have black-red cards, because that's the black-red avatar. So, Excavated Wall. Yes, we've seen that one already. Lorehold Pledge Mage. I believe you've seen already. Let me just check. I think that might have been one of the first cards. Yeah, I think that was the first card we saw this turn. So, Spined Carrot we saw last time. Burying Books we saw last time. Hunt for Specimens we've seen this time. Drop Rescue we saw last time. Sudden Breakthrough we've seen this time. Discovered Colony we've seen this time. elemental summoning we saw last time. Now we've got Bookworm for 7 and a forest. It's a worm with trample. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life and draw a card with 2 in the black. You put it from your graveyard into your library, 3rd from the top. It takes devouring a book in one sitting to a frightening extreme. It's a 7/7 for 8. Humiliate. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. Put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. Oh, what's that? No comeback. If you want my comeback, you have to scrape it off your mum's teeth. Divide by 0. I'm pretty sure this is not one we've seen, otherwise I would have made a joke about that name, because you can't do it. Anyway, it's an instant. Return target spell or permanent with mana value of 1 or greater. Okay, that's, well, to its owner's hand, and you learn. Misery, inadequacy, failure, the common denominator is you. XX. 2 greens. Exponential growth. Until end of turn, double target creature's power X times. That's weird. I'll have to look up on the rules for that. Because that just seems strange. Most Quandrix students fundamentally disagree with the concept of enough. I'll have to look up on that because that just seems weird. You have to do 2 lots of the same X value and then double. So why not just have, I don't know. Or yeah, I don't know. I guess it was to make sure that you don't like X1 and then you have half. You're adding like 0.5 to something. Anyway. Duress. I believe we've seen this card already as well. Let me just check. Art cards. Yes, it was last video. Then Creative Outburst is a foil. I'm not sure if you can see that very well from there. It's an instant. It deals 5 damage to any target. Look at the top 5 cards in your library, put one of them into your hand, the rest of the bottom of your library in a random order, and for 2 in discard, you create a treasure token. Don't really care about treasure tokens, so I'd actually use that. We're not an hour in. Yay! Yeah, another spirit. So, infused with vitality, we've already seen. Biomathematician we saw. Campus Guide we've already seen this episode as well as last episode. Archway Commons we've already seen in this episode and last episode twice. Waterfall Aerialist is a Djinn wizard with flying and Ward 2, and form and function in perfect unity. Ooh, that makes me... Professor's Warning. It's an instant. You choose one, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, or target creature gains indestructible until end of turn. Professor Onyx urged the twins to prepare for the Dark Mage Exodus, sounding very much like someone familiar with the rise of tyrants. Probably because she was involved in one. Although, under duress. Aegis Guardian, that's a new card. Creature, Spirit Soldier. Ancient ruins dot the world of Arcavios, most older than Strixhaven itself, and many still guarded by soldiers from the Blood Age, centuries after their deaths. Not a bad card. Enthusiastic Study we already saw last time. Big Play we saw last time, I think. Introduction to Prophecy we've already seen. Tenured Inkcaster we've already seen. Aether Helix. It's a sorcery. Return target permanent to owner's hand. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Some Quandrix root mages prefer to study at twilight, watching their experimental equations traced glowing trails against the encroaching darkness. Flunk. It's an instant. Target creature gets -X/-X until the end of turn, where X is 7 minus the number of cards in that creature's controller's hand. I assure you, no one fails my course more than once. Sounds like a dick, that. Dean of Silvercore. Devastating Mastery. Okay. So you may pay 2 and 2 white instead, rather than pay the spell's mana cost, which is normally 2 and 4 white. And if that cost was paid, an opponent chooses up to 2 non-land permanents they control and returns them to their owner's hand, otherwise destroy all non-land permanents. Well, it's not otherwise, it's and. But if you pay the full price, then they can't do that and all non-land permanents get destroyed. And Electrolyze. Did I show you the art now? Electrolyze. It's an instant. Electrolyze deals 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 targets. Draw a card. The hydraulic power grip was a failure, but the gauntlets were a shocking success. Pardon me? Jesus Christ. Burping all the time. See, yeah, it's just another pest. Cram Session. It's a sorcery where you gain 4 life and you learn. The only thing more delicious than a top grade is Guillaume's signature cake. The cake is alive. Another relic slump. Teach by example again. Silvercore Campus. Don't believe we've seen that one yet. does the same as all the other campuses. Yeah, we had the style, not the campus. Ooh. Made students drawn to the power of language choose Silver Quill, the College of Eloquence. That's where eloquence bards go. Oh yeah, artwork. Looks a bit like you would imagine the globe. Frostrix 3 again. Lash of Malice. I believe that's one we've already had. Also, we've got a lot of black now. Might be, if I were to go with black, yeah, it's one we already had. If I were to go with a black deck, I would have to cut some cards. So there's the art. Stonerise Spirit. I think it's one we've already had. I think that was this video. Yeah. One we've already had this video. Just artwork to remind you. Tome Shredder we've already had. Tangle Trap we already had. I love that one. I actually laughed when I read out the thing for it. Fractal Summoning I believe we already had. Let me just check. Yes, we already had that one. Grunning Ignis. It's a 2 in a red elemental. For red and returning it to your hand, you add 2 in a red and activate only as a sorcery. On rare occasion, a Prismari student will summon an elemental that shows such promise that is permitted to stay and enroll. Pretty nice. A Karok Wrangler. It's an elf druid with magecraft. Whenever you cast a copy, or cast or copy an additional sorcery spell, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. She showed up to class on a what? Of course. You gotta take that student seriously. We had a foil one of these just now, so let's create a Outburst again. So we got another one of these double-sided Dean's card. So we got the Dean of Chaos, Plague. He was the legendary creature Orc Shaman. And you tap and discard a card, you draw a card, or tap with 4 in a red and you reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-legendary non-land card with mana value of 3 or less. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost, but all revealed cards not cast this way on the bottom of your library in a random order. Or Augusta, Dean of Order. There's the artwork for Plague, by the way. Other tapped creatures you control get +1/+0. Other untapped creatures you control get +0/+1. And whenever you attack and untap each creature you control, then tap any number of creatures you control. Okay. I'd probably choose Plague out of those two, but there's the artwork for her and closer up. And then Shock. This is a very useful card. He says whilst trying to sort out his cards. It's an instant and it deals 2 damage to any target. To this day I have no idea if the heavens were obeying him or attacking him. 4 packs left. Okay, this is going to be another one of these. It counts as a double-sided cards. So, Prismatic Pledge Mage we've already seen. Blood Researcher we've already seen. Bloom Pledge Mage we've already seen. Arcane Subtraction we've already seen. Leech Fanatic we've already seen. Guiding Voice we've already seen. Pillar Warden we've already seen. Reckless Acclimancer we've already seen. Watchful Aerolist we've already seen. Inkling Summoning. Ooh. Don't believe we've seen that one. No, we haven't. Well then. New card. It's a lesson. Create a 2/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying. Think of an insult so vicious, so vulgar that you hesitate to speak it loud. The strongest, most aggressive Inklings are born from such scorn. Actually a pretty cool piece of artwork as well. Solve the equation. Have we already seen that? I know we've already seen the next card, but solve the equation. A lot of blue as well. Turns out we have not seen Solve the Equation. So it's a sorcery, search card for an instant or sorcery card, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle. Zamoon's brilliance drew attention from many, including the sinister mages known as the Orc. Test of talents we've already seen. Practical research. Have we already seen that one? I might have seen it in the video. This is why some of these things I recognise. I might have seen it in someone else's video, and then I thought I pulled it already, but I haven't. So, draw 4 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an instant or sorcery card. The twins each research spells to defeat Axis in their own way. Will hit the library, Rowan hit everything else. Sedgemoor Witch. I know that we've seen a card with the same ward before. I want to make sure it's not the same card again. I have quite a lot of black. But we haven't had that card yet. So, Sedgemoor Witch. So it's got Menace or Minache. Ward, where you pay 3 life. So it becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls. Counter it unless that player pays 3 life. And you can, whenever you cast or copy an instant spell or sorcery spell, create a 1/1 black green pest creature. And Memory Lapse. Oh yeah, I didn't change the art for that one. looking like emo Lady Gaga. Memory lapse. It's an instant counter-target spell. If that spell is countered this way, put it on top of the owner's library instead of into that player's graveyard. Where do our forbidden thoughts go? I knew once, but I can't remember. So I've got 2 rares. Oh. Another one of these tokens that are not tokens. Spiteful Squad we've already seen. Square Up we've already seen. Eureka Moment we've already seen, I think. Let me just check. I believe so. Yep. Riverburn Campus we've already seen. Mage Hunter's Onslaught we've already seen. Aegis Guardian we've already seen. Illustrious Historian we've already seen. Springmaid Kevin we've already seen. Reject we've already seen. Expanded Anatomy we've already seen. Stormkiln Artist. It's a Dwarf Shaman. It gets +1/+0 for each artifact you control, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a treasure token. A captured elemental makes for a potent, albeit unstable power source. Reduced to memory. To lessen exile target non-land permanent, its controller creates a 3/2 red and white spirit token. Do not flinch from studying the horrors of the past. History's most important lessons are cloaked in terror and tragedy. That is very much true. Condrix Cultivator is a turtle druid. When Condrix Cultivators enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic forest or island card, place it in the battlefield, then shuffle. In the garden spread across the Condrix campus, Fern turns to forest before class is even over. Oh, we got another snarl. The Vine Glimmer snarl enters the battlefield. You may reveal a forest or island card from your hand. If you don't, Vine Glimmer snarl enters the battlefield tapped. The Verdant Paradox of Primal Logic. And Tendrils of Agony. It's a sorcery. Target player loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. And it has storms. When you cast a spell, copy it for each spell you cast before in this turn. You may choose new targets for the copy. Not that you're going to be able to cast 10 spells, 9 spells, 9 spells before it, but you could do 20 damage in 1 turn. If you manage to get 9 turns without doing any damage and not dying, then, you know, well, not 9 turns, but getting to the point where you can do that without dying or losing or dealing any damage, then, you know, you deserve more hope than I do. Hey, we finally got a treasure token. That's a weird looking treasure token. I'll then Shield Mage. Is that something we've already seen? I want to say yes, because that's the one, that's the ward that I was talking about. Yes, yes, we've already seen it. Yay. We've definitely already seen that one. Ogyar Battleseer. It's a Ogre Shaman with haste in Scry 1. May Ganathog bless us with the bloody visions of glory restored. Quandrix Campus, I believe we've already seen. Professor's Warning, we've definitely already seen. Expel, we already saw. Twin Skull Shaman, we've already seen. I believe so, anyway. If not, then I'll go back to it. Mage Duel. This spell costs 2 or less. You cast another. Oh, right, yeah, I've already seen this one. Soothsayer Adept, we've already seen. Illuminate History. It's a sorcery lesson. Discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards. Then if there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, create a 3/2 red-white spirit creature token. Look at the detail of this deck. Professor, our assumptions about early Kithoran tool use may not be correct. Mage Hunter, I know we've already seen that one because I said it looks like a Phyrexian, which it does. Detention Vortex, we already saw. Reconstruct History. It's a sorcery. Return up to 1 target artifact card, up to 1 target enchantment card, up to 1 target instant card, up to 1 target sorcery card, and up to 1 target planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand, and then exile this card. Don't have a planeswalker yet. If I do get one though, it's going to be a really good card. Flame Scrolls Celebrant. Whenever the opponent activates an ability that isn't a mana ability, Flame Scroll, a Celebrant deals 1 damage to the player, 1 and a red. He gets 2/2/0 until the end of turn. Stand up and fight. So that's that side. Let's have a white card. Revel in Silence. Your opponent can't cast spells or activate Planeswalker's loyalty abilities this turn. Exile this card. Sit down and listen. That's that side. Yikes. Problem with doing these piles is that they start to slip around. And we've got another counter spell. Last packet. Still haven't found Onyx. Yes, I want Onyx. Professor Onyx, I want your card. So we've already seen that one. Already seen that one. Silver Core Campus we've already seen. Crushing Disappointment we've already seen. Defend the Campus we've already seen. Pigment Storm we've already seen. Biogruff we've already seen. Bark Befuddler we've already seen. Arrogant Poet we've already seen. Fractal Summoning we've already seen. Wormhole Serpent. It's a serpent. And for 3 and a blue, you can target creature can't be blocked this turn. After Drownings, Devourings, and 1 highly unpleasant algae infestation, unsupervised portal use onto campus was banned. Containment breach. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. If its mana value is 2 left, create a 1 black green pest creature token with which you gain 1 life. For pest keepers, there's no sound more disheartening than breaking glass. Roofer, Mercurial Artist. We've already seen. Rushed Rebirth. Choose target creature. When that creature dies this turn, search your library for a creature card with lesser mana value, put onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Wizarding students learn to see death not as tragedy, but as opportunity. Swords to Plowshares. I think we've already seen that one. Apparently not though. No. Again, must have seen it in another video. Someone else's video. Exile target creature, its controller gains life equal to its power. The Blade Master turned his fury to his new foes, root rot and cabbage slugs. I mean, if you're going to become a farmer, then that's probably where you should do an elemental token. So you know what? As it's only been an hour, I'll do the rest of these cards and then I'll do another video later doing the deck building that I want to do. New. Hey, we got an inkling. Make your mark, we've already seen. Then Shield Mage, we've already seen. Lorehold Campus, I believe we've already seen. Guiding Voice, we've already seen. Fuming Effigy, we've already seen. Leyline Invocation, we've already seen, I believe. I think so, yeah. Let me just check. I recognise the name. Yes, we did. It was quite early in the last episode. So, we've already seen it. Resculpt, we've already seen. Promising Dusk Mage, we've already seen. Spirit Summoning, we've already seen. Thunderous Orator. Let me just check. I know we've seen one Orator. I don't think it was Thunderous. I do this because I don't want to bore you with reading out the same thing over and over and over again. But no. I think there was a white-black Orator that we saw before. A Thunderous Orator. It's a core wizard with vigilance. Whenever it attacks, it gains flying until end of turn. If you control a creature with flying, the same is true for First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Indestructible, Lifelink, Menace, and Trample. So if okay, so it gets all of those until the end of the turn, when it attacks if you have another creature with all of those. Okay, that's weirdly worded, but makes sense now. Master Symmetrist. It's a Rhino Druid with reach. Whenever a creature you control with power equal to its toughness attacks, it gains trample until its end of turn. Tondo lost his very first duel and has spent his entire life trying to get even. That's not a healthy way to live your life. Silver Quill Apprentice. It's a human warlock with Magecraft. So whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. She had spoken the words 100 times, but under the spotlight in front of everyone, something new emerged, and the crowd went wild. It's actually pretty cool artwork. Silver Quill Silencer. It's a human cleric. Silver Quill Silencer enters the battlefield. Choose a non-land card name. Choose a non-land card name. Whenever an opponent casts a spell with the chosen name, they lose 3 life and you draw a card. I'm very much in the mood to start handing out expulsions. Cultivate. I believe that is one we've seen already. Again, I might be wrong. No, we have. Then Show Confidence. Again, it's the foil version. Let's see if I can get the foil to show off. There we go. So yeah. Another double-sided arena advert. So, this is the one that I was thinking of. Accelerating Elocution. It's one that we've already seen. Silver Quill Pledge Mage, we've already seen. Combat Professor, we've already seen. First Day of Class, we've already seen. Mage Duel, we've already seen. Pop Quiz, we've already seen. Novice Dissector, we've already seen. Beaming Defiance, we've already seen. Pest Summoning, we've already seen. Fracture. It's an instant, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker. Your defiance is amusing, little mage. It's time you learn how fragile you really are. Extra Snar. What it comes? Brackish Trudge, we've already seen. Ooh, we got another Quintaurus. Tempted by the Auric. For each opponent, gain control of up to 1 target creature or planeswalker that player controls with mana value of 3 or less. To exact his vengeance, Exodus needed followers. He infiltrated recruited promising mage students from the very halls he sought to destroy. Channel. It's a sorcery, also mythic rare. Until end of turn, anytime you can activate a mana ability, you may pay 1 life, and if you do, add mana in 1 generic. As long as you are breathing, you always have something more to give. And then another Divine Gambit. That's a foil one as well, which I think the last one was also foil. Imagine getting 2 foils of the same kind. What would we do? Another fractal. Withering Pledge Page we've already seen. Letter of Acceptance we saw last time. Stay Environmental we've already seen. Pigment Storm we've already seen. Inline Invocation we've already seen. Serpentine Curve we've already seen. Promising Dusk Mage we've already seen. Defend the Campus we've already seen. Introduction to Prophecy we've already seen. Team Pennant we saw last time. It's actually a good one to have. Spell Satchel. It's an artifact with Magecraft, so whenever you cast a instant sorcery or a copy of it, play a book put a book counter on Satchel. Spell Satchel. Tap and remove a book counter. You add 1 mana. 3, tap and remove 3 book counters. Draw a card. Pretty nice. Demogoth Woe-Eater we've already seen. Strict Proctor. It's a spirit cleric with flying. Whenever a permanent entering the battlefield causes a trigger ability to trigger, counter that ability unless its controller pays 2. Oh, that backfires on you as well. You might believe being dead for centuries has made me more lenient. I think you'll find the opposite to be true. To be fair, if you've been dead for centuries but people keep bringing you back to teach students, you'd probably become the stricter as well. Then we got Negate, which I don't think we've had already. But it's counter target non-creature spell. Shatter your opponent's spell with enough force and you'll shatter their confidence with it. And then we've got a foil version of Introduction to Annihilation. Don't know if the foil ever really shows up on the phone camera. Come on, we've got 17 minutes to get through the rest of these. So that's another past, first of all. Seen that one already. 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 You've 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 seen that one already. Oh, we're getting through. Clever Lumimancer. It's Human Wizard. Whenever you cast or copy an instant sorcery spell, it gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. You're too dim to realise it, but you've already lost. Start from scratch. It's a lesson. Choose 1. Start from scratch deals 1 damage to any target or destroy target artifact. I don't care what they think, Rufus snapped. I know I can do better. Closing statement we've already seen. Blot out the sky. Create X tapped 2/1 white and black inkling creature tokens with flying. If X is 6 or more, destroy all non-creature, non-land permanents. A drop of ink is a nuisance. A torrent of inklings is a menace. It's actually a pretty cool card. And Infuriate, an instant. Target creature gets +3/+2 until the end of turn. Some mages dual using intricate spellcraft and superior tactics. Others just get really, really mad. Yeah, I feel you. Another pest. I might just go for green black chip because I have so many freaking pests. Anyway, the whole pledge page we've already seen. Rise of Exodus. It's a sorcerer. Exile target creature. Exile up to one target instant or sorcery card from a graveyard. And learn. With one lethal strike, Exodus took control of the Auric and took his first step towards vengeance. So was he like law? Not law, hold on. Silver Quill then, because that's a Silver Quill card. Anyway, Teach by Example we've already seen. Prismatic Campus we've already seen. Tome Shredder we've already seen. That one we've already seen. Vortex Runner we've already seen. Essence Infusion we've already seen. Star Pupil we saw last time. Expanded Anatomy we've already seen. Emergent Sequence. I think this is new. Search your library for a basic land card. Put on the battlefield tab and shuffle. That land becomes a green-blue fractal creature. That's the land. Place a +1/+1 counter on it for each land you had entered the battlefield. Oh yeah, we already saw that one last time. Expressive Iteration. Blue we've already seen. Yes, we've already seen that, yeah. Igneous Inspiration, we've already seen, I think. Let me just check. It's gonna take me a while to get through all of this, to find the card that I'm thinking of, because it's just to do all of this. It might be that I was wrong about this. No, we have. Saw it last time. It's uncommon. Common enough. Fervent Mastery. That looks new. You may pay 2 and 2 red rather than pay this spell's mana cost. If you do, the cost was paid. If only discards any number of cards, then draws that many cards. And you search for up to 3 cards, put them in your hand, shuffle, then discard 3 cards at random. Okay. Oh, master. And Defiant Strike. Target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Draw a card. For 12 days and 12 nights, Soma assailed the monster's shell. On the 13th morning, it cracked with the dawn. Come on. Let's get through these quickly. Got another spirit token. So that pledge major we've already seen. Already seen that one. Already seen that. 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 Mercurial Transformation. It's a lesson. Until the end of turn, target non-land permanent loses all abilities and becomes your choice of a blue frog creature with base power and toughness of 1/1 or a blue octopus creature with a base power and toughness of 4/4. For sun's sake, I just want a crab. Humiliate, we've already seen. Simone Quandrix Prodigy. Did we see that one already? Apparently not. Anyway, she's one of the main characters. So, she's a human wizard. For 1 and tap this, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. And for 4 and tap this, draw a card. If you control 8 or more lands, draw 2 cards instead. What are they complaining about? It's not like axiomatic ley line paratrigonometry. It's hard to fucking pronounce, mate. Imagine trying to fucking learn that. So, axiomatic ley line paratrigonometrics is hard. It is. That just is. Sorry. I don't care what anyone says. It is hard. Poet's Quill. When Poet's Quill enters the battlefield, learn, and equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has lifelink, and to equip it is 1 and a black. And we get Teferi's Protection. Wow. Mythic Rare. Nice. Until your next turn, your life total can't change, and you gain protection from everything. All opponents you control phase out. While they are phased out, they are treated as though they don't exist. They phase in before you untap during your untap step, and then you exile the card. That's actually a pretty baller card. Friday Night Magic. Another pest card. So, already seen that one. 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 Yeah, we've already seen that one as well. And that one. Harness Infinity. It's an instant for 1, 3 black and 3 green. You exchange your hand at graveyard and then exile the card. As I stepped into the Star Arch, it all became perfectly clear. Life and death are not opposites, but an endless path twisting around and back upon itself, never ending and never beginning. That's actually a pretty cool card. Already seen that one. Already seen this one, but it's foil. So let's see. Just see the foil on it, can't you? What's this one? Another treasure! Yay! So, already seen that one. 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 Yes. Already seen that one. Already seen that one. Already seen that one. Elemental Expressionist. It's an orc wizard. Magecraft, so whenever that triggers, choose target creature you control. Until end of turn, it gains if this creature would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. And when you exile this creature, create a 4/4 blue-red elemental creature token. Each instance of that ability triggers separately. Okay, that's actually pretty decent. Pretty decent. Village Rites. It's an instant. As an additional cost to the spell, sacrifice a creature and draw 2 cards. My colleagues revile the barbarity of the Blood Age, but I believe we had so much to learn from the magics of endless war. Another arena double-sided thing. Already seen Rise to Access. Already seen Cram Session. Already seen Eureka Moment. And Quandrix Campus. And Big Play. And Dark Befuddler. Novice the Sanctum. Pillar of the Ages. Dragon's Approach. Yay, new card. Confront the Past. It's a lesson, so choose one. Return target Planeswalker card with mana value of X or less from the graveyard to your battlefield and remove twice X loyalty counters from target Planeswalker and opponent controls. Why, Gideon? Of all people, why save me? It's why I love Onyx. She's so complicated. Hey, Snow Day. Tap up to 2 target creatures. Those creatures take an untap during their controller's next untap step. Draw 2 cards and discard a card. Advanced Elemental Manifestations is cancelled until all students have thawed. I will say, Snow Days are never going to be the same again now that we've had COVID and people have been able to learn from home. Devouring Tendrils. Sorcery. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to a target creature or planeswalker you don't control. When the permanent you don't control dies this turn, you gain 2 life. Witherbloomed spells often take on appearance and personality of their opponents. Zephyr Boots we've already seen. Elite Spellbinder. It's a human cleric with flying. When they enter the battlefield, look at target opponent's hand. You may exile a non-land card from it for as long as that card remains exiled. Its owner may play it. A spell cast this way costs 2 more to cast. Paulo Vitor de Rosa, World Champion, 26. Okay, and then Snakeskin Veil we've already seen. Come on, boys. Got 10 minutes to do 3 more packs. Let's do this. Okay, so we got another one of these. Mark it like it is. Cards. So we've already seen Letter of Acceptance. Spectacle Mage. Silver Gold Pledge Mage. Rawhold Campus. Field Trip. Resculpt. Unwilling Ingredient. Pillar Drop Rescue, Pillar Drop Warden, Introduction to Annihilation, Secret Rendezvous, Mascot Interception. Yeah, we've already seen that one. Wither Bloom Apprentice. So we've had apprentices, but I'm not sure if we've had the Wither Bloom one. If we have, I'm sorry for slowing things down for a moment. Yes, we have. It was the last episode. Culmination of Studies. So exile the top X cards of your library. For each land card exiled this way, create a treasure token. For each blue card exiled this way, draw a card. For each red card exiled this way, Culmination of Studies deals 1 damage to each opponent. Woo's quick thinking meshed with Rowan's raw power to bring down the Blood Avatar. That. Ooh, do not do that. But that is a good card. And then Lightning Helix. It's an instant. Lightning Helix does 3 damage to any target and you gain 3 life. Mages in the Blood Age would call down actual thunderstorms on their enemies. I bet we can replicate their technique. Okay, I'm over now, but you know what? Let's just finish these off now because we've only got 2 packs left. So, got the fractal.